Hey everyone, so today we are going to be exploring the Getty Villa on Pacific Coast Highway. Now this place is a reproduction of a Roman villa, right down to the architecture, the landscaping. They have antiquities there. It's absolutely gorgeous, and you can honestly spend a whole day just walking around exploring it. So we had to wear the mask the whole time we were there, so I wanted to come on here like this so that I could explain some of the beautiful things you're going to be seeing. Mercury, replica of ancient bronze statue found at Herculaneum. And his winged shoes. Let's walk along here. Everything is so pristine and beautiful. I know they say Disneyland's the happiest place on earth, but this is my happiest place on earth. Look at this. A woman, a man. Oh, a little drinking fountain. Convenient. The walls and the lattice on the windows. Just the entranceways. Look at the ceiling. And the columns. Alright, let's go see the other part of the museum. Hello. Hello. How awesome would that be if that was in your house? And this was your courtyard. Oh, in here there's the relics, but let's see out here first. This is one of my favorite places. As you look and walk through this beautiful courtyard, you can honestly imagine that you were somewhere in ancient Rome or even Pompeii. And someday I would like to visit those places, but for now, this is a really great substitute. This beautiful and colorful fountain is an exact replica of one that is found at the site of the House of the Large Fountain in Pompeii that was excavated in 1826. A very beautiful addition to this courtyard. Here we enter the room of the statue of a crouching Venus, who is accompanied by Cupid, which is on the left side of her behind her, and on the bottom left side of her, under her left leg, is actually a little swan. One of my favorite rooms at the villa, it contains the mummy of a young man named Heraclides. This mummy shows the combination of the ancient Egyptian tradition of mummification, but it also shows the strong presence of Greek and Roman influences. His name is written there above his toes, his wrappings are painted red, a color associated with the afterlife and regeneration, and it's covered with various Egyptian gods and goddesses. Here we see the man's face, which is depicted in the phaeum, which is a naturalistic portrait painted onto wooden boards and attached to the mummy. And here we see the same with the beautiful Isidora, the woman in this portrait. Every aspect of this elaborate Romano-Egyptian portrait shows her to have been a person of great wealth and social status, and not to mention quite a beauty. And here are several more examples of beautifully painted phaeums, and it's really quite incredible that we're staring at the faces of those who had lived thousands of years ago. It's quite interesting. We now humbly approach Jupiter, king of the gods, also known as Zeus to the Greeks. He sits above us on his royal throne, and his hands once held a royal scepter and a thunderbolt. An imposing and impressive figure. So here are several beautiful insignia rings of different sizes, shapes, and colors, and one in particular was pretty cool to me because it's in the shape of a scorpion, and that reminded me not only of the Mummy series, but the Scorpion King movie. Here we have an interesting sculpture of two people standing in a chariot. Now fans of Greek history and the Iliad will recognize them, for they are Achilles and his mother Thetis. And they are being approached by several men, but it's not explained why. Though it is likely that they are worshippers, and the 3 rams that they're bringing to them are sacrifices. Here is a very beautiful but rather bittersweet monument from between 120 to 140 AD. It's of a young girl reclining on perhaps a sofa while petting her small dog and gazing at the 2 dolls at the foot of the sculpture. There's a small sleeping Cupid on the back that's carved into the stone, which is a symbol of premature death. I'm sure the parents wanted her to be immortalized in stone how she really was in life, and the undamaged portion of the inscription on the bottom reads, "Here reposes the most beautiful girl. What a pity in such a young age." And the image, and there the stone is broken, and the rest is lost in time. So here we can see that beautiful courtyard from the 2nd story window. It's just a beautiful bird's eye view. And then we're gonna see some little statuettes here, and those are of Minerva, Jupiter, Venus, Apollo, Neptune, and then we see this over life-size statue of a man in full military parade armor. Very, very cool. So this large sarcophagus from Athens was made around 180 to 220 AD, and it depicts 4 separate episodes in the life of Achilles. Now, Achilles is my favorite Greek hero, so of course I love this piece. The first side shows Achilles hiding amongst the king's daughters on the island of Skyros. The front of it shows him dragging the fallen Hector behind him in his chariot. The third side shows him putting on his armor, and the back shows a battle between the Greeks and centaurs. And the top is of 2 unknown people reclining. So here is this glorious little temple fit for a goddess such as Venus, also known as Aphrodite to the Greeks. You have the statues on either side of her, and her statue itself is just beautiful and just front row center, and to the left of her you will see the dolphin, which alludes to the story of her birth from the sea. So here's a final glance over that gorgeous landscape, that pool and this architecture and the paintings, everything is just gorgeous. But there's a little secret spot here, and if you glance through this little lattice window, if you peep through there, you will see there is a little temple, and in that temple there is a reproduction of a statue of Venus. So let's go see her. One of my favorite statues here is the Venus statue. And here we have these little statuettes of the goddess of love, known as Venus and Aphrodite. As you can tell, there's a little bit of a theme here. There is a lot to do with Venus around here. But hey, who doesn't need a little bit more of the goddess of love in their life? So these little statuettes were among the first antiquities that the owner, J. Paul Getty, had purchased for this villa in 1939. A very lovely addition to the collection. This was just a beautiful little lotus pond right near the gift shop that I just had to take some video of. Every time there's a lotus lily pond around, I'm right there. So if you go upstairs, there's a little cafe to grab a bite to eat, which we did. So now we are going downstairs by way of the Colosseum. So you can see all the seats and the steps. And they normally have events there that people can go and be entertained. And it's really, really cool. So this is the outside of that main museum where that long courtyard is. This is on the side of that, which is the herb garden. Currently under construction, sadly, because I wanted to frolic through the herb garden for a while. And here we have this beautiful outlook, and you can pretend you are in a fairy tale because this outlooks onto this cobblestone road, and out in the distance, where I'm pointing, that's the Pacific Ocean, right there in view. It's absolutely gorgeous. You have the ocean in front of you, trees and nature all around you, and a Roman villa behind you. So we are headed home now. I always hate to leave this place. It's the first time anybody's been able to go back, I think for about over a year, year and a half. It's so beautiful. I definitely recommend you guys stop by here and see it for yourself. The most beautiful Roman villa looking place ever. So these are my fun finds from the Getty Museum store. These are replicas of her earrings, of Isadora's earrings. I thought they were really pretty. This is a little bookmark, and this was a little postcard with her on it, but I thought it'd make a good combination just of her earrings, so yeah, really special. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this tour of the Getty Villa. Every time I go there, it's like stepping back in time, like I'm in Rome or Pompeii, and it's just breathtaking. And I'm happy that this time I got to share this experience with you guys. So let me know in the comment section below what your favorite part of the tour was. And until next time, take care. Bye!